Your cat has been watching you sleep, and it's way weirder than you think. You close your eyes, you drift off, and somewhere in the dark, two little glowing eyes are just staring at you. Not blinking, just watching, like a tiny furry security camera that judges you. Why does your cat do this? Is it sweet? Is it creepy? Is your cat planning something? Spoiler, yes, possibly. Let's get into it. Okay, so first, let me just say, if you've never woken up to find your cat sitting directly on your chest, pupils wide, face 2 inches from yours, completely motionless, you haven't lived. And also, you haven't been watched. Yet, this is one of those cat behaviors that every cat owner experiences, but nobody really talks about. And honestly, the more you understand why they do it, the more it makes sense. And the more it makes sense, the more you realize cats are actually much stranger and also much smarter than most people give them credit for. So today we're going to break down the real reasons why your cat watches you while you sleep. And I'm talking actual reasons, not just they love you, but the deeper, weirder, more fascinating stuff going on inside that tiny brain. There are 5 big reasons. Let's go through them one by one. Reason number 1. Your cat actually thinks you're helpless. No, seriously. This is a huge one, and it's going to reframe everything. When you're asleep, you are, from a cat's perspective, completely useless. You're not paying attention. You're not watching for threats. You're just lying there, making weird breathing sounds, maybe drooling a little. You're a liability, and your cat knows it. Here's the thing about cats. Even domestic cats that have never spent a single day outside, who eat from a little ceramic bowl with their name on it, who get treats shaped like fish, they still have all the instincts of a predator. That part doesn't just disappear because you bought them a cat bed. And in the wild, or even just in the cat version of reality, sleeping is dangerous. When you sleep, you can't protect yourself. Anything could sneak up on you. And cats are hyper-aware of this. So when your cat watches you sleep, part of what's happening is that it has decided, on some level, that it is responsible for keeping watch while you're down. It's guarding you. You've become part of its territory, part of its little group, and it's doing its job. I know that sounds kind of sweet, but also, your cat has decided you're so pathetic that you need supervision. So take that however you want. Studies on cat social behavior have shown that cats form real bonds with their owners, and one of the ways those bonds show up is through protective behavior. Cats that feel secure and bonded will often position themselves in a way where they can see the entrance to the room, keep an eye on their owner, and be ready to react. They're not just watching you, they're watching the whole room, with you as the thing they're protecting. That's actually kind of amazing if you think about it. Your cat, for pounds of fluff and attitude, has appointed itself as your personal night security. Reason number 2. You're unpredictable and your cat is trying to figure you out. Okay, this one is a little less flattering, but stick with me. Cats are incredibly curious animals. We all know that. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a big part of what makes cats curious is that they are always trying to read their environment. They're trying to understand patterns. What happens at what time? Who does what? Where things are? What sounds mean what? And you're one of the most complicated and strange things in your cat's world. You talk. You make noises. Sometimes you smell completely different because you switch shampoo. Sometimes you come home at 6 p.m., sometimes at 9 p.m. Sometimes you eat sitting down, sometimes standing over the kitchen sink like an animal. You are, from a cat's perspective, absolutely chaotic. And so your cat watches you. It's studying you. It's collecting data. When you sleep, you're actually easier to observe. You're still. You're not randomly doing things like turning on the vacuum cleaner or picking up your cat and dancing around the living room. You're just there. And your cat can sit and process all the information it has gathered about you throughout the day. Your cat is watching your breathing. It's watching your facial movements. It's taking note of how you shift around, what sounds you make, whether your eyes move under your eyelids. Cats are incredibly detail-oriented observers, and sleep is basically the only time you hold still long enough to be properly studied. Think of it like your cat is writing a research paper on you, and the working title is "This Large Weird Creature That Feeds Me, a Comprehensive Study." You're sleeping. It's taking notes. Reason number 3. Your cat is waiting, and it has all the patience in the world. Have you ever noticed that your cat seems to exist outside of time? Like, it can sit in the same spot for 3 hours without moving, without blinking, just existing. Meanwhile, you can't sit on the couch for 5 minutes without picking up your phone. Cats are naturally patient hunters. In the wild, cats hunt by waiting. They don't chase. They don't run after things for miles. They find a spot, they get low, and they wait. For a long, long time. Until the exact right moment. And then they move. So when your cat sits at the foot of the bed watching you sleep at 4 a.m., part of what's happening is that it is simply waiting. Waiting for you to wake up. Waiting for the moment when you become useful again. Specifically, the moment when you become capable of opening the food cabinet. This is well documented in cat behavior. Cats learn their owners' schedules down to the minute. They know when you usually wake up. They know the sounds that signal morning. The alarm. The shifting. The first stretch. And in the time leading up to that, they position themselves to be ready. Your cat watching you sleep isn't random. It's strategic. It has calculated that the best place to be when you wake up so that it can immediately make eye contact and communicate the urgency of its breakfast is right next to your face. It's patient. It's calculated. And it absolutely works because you always feed them. Your cat has trained you. You just didn't notice because you were asleep. Reason number 4. It genuinely feels safe near you. Okay, now here's where it actually gets sweet, and I promise I'm not just saying this. One thing that often gets overlooked in cat behavior is how much sleep means to cats. Cats sleep a lot, between 12 and 16 hours a day, sometimes more. And where a cat chooses to sleep, and who it chooses to sleep near, says everything about how safe it feels. Cats are prey animals as much as they are predators. Small cats in the wild are hunted too, by foxes, by birds of prey, by bigger cats. And so where they sleep is a massive decision. They need to feel protected, hidden, or in a place where they trust the company around them. When your cat stays near you while you sleep, especially when it falls asleep near you, it is making a statement. It is saying, I feel safe enough here to let my guard down. I trust this place. I trust you. That's not nothing. For an animal wired to be cautious, to stay alert, to treat the world as potentially dangerous, choosing to sleep near you is a form of trust that took time to build. Now, yes, your cat also might be watching you from a distance without sleeping, just staring. And in that case, see reasons 1 through 3. But if your cat is curled up near your feet or pressed against your legs while you're asleep, that's your cat choosing to be close to you because it makes them feel secure, which is honestly one of the nicer things any creature has ever done for you. So appreciate it. Reason number 5. Your cat is a little bit obsessed with you, and that's just how it is. Look, there's no clean scientific way to say this. Some cats are just really into their owners. People think cats are independent and don't care. And yes, cats are more independent than dogs. They don't need your approval every 5 seconds. They don't follow you from room to room going, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Can I help? What are you doing? Are you okay?" But cats form deep attachments. Studies on cat-human bonds have actually found that many cats show what researchers call secure attachment to their owners, meaning they use their owner as a kind of home base. When they're anxious, they come to you. When they're relaxed, they want to be near you. When you leave the house, some cats genuinely get stressed. And this attachment sometimes shows up in strange ways. Like watching you sleep. Your cat has bonded to you. You are its person. And when you disappear into this unconscious state for 8 hours every night, your cat, especially if it's bonded strongly, just wants to be near you. It's not creepy. It's the cat equivalent of wanting to be close to someone you love without making it weird. Though, to be fair, a cat sitting perfectly still in the dark at 3 a.m. watching you breathe is at least a little bit weird. I'm just saying. So let's bring it all together. Your cat watches you sleep because it thinks you need protecting. Because it's studying your patterns and you're a confusing creature. Because it is patiently waiting for you to become useful, which is to say, awake and capable of opening a can of food. Because it feels genuinely safe near you. And because on some deep, real level, it is attached to you and wants to be close even when you're completely unconscious and unaware of it. Cats are complicated. They're not the cold, emotionless loners that people sometimes make them out to be. They have instincts and preferences and bonds and strategies. They're running a whole internal program all day, every day, and a big part of that program involves you. The next time you wake up at 3 a.m. and find two shiny eyes staring at you from the dark, don't panic. Your cat isn't planning anything. Probably. It's just doing its job. Keeping watch. Waiting for morning. Being quietly, stubbornly, a little bit weirdly close to the person it's decided is its human. And honestly, that's kind of beautiful. Or terrifying. Depends on the cat. If you want to know more weird things your cat does and what they actually mean, watch the next video.